faster than you could ever imagine. Within 10 seconds, I went from flying to crashing. I promise you, I cannot tell you why. I instinctively reached down and grabbed the handle and pulled the parachute, and within a second, I hit the ground. It clearly saved my life, but I was within 1 or 2 seconds of dying.
Individual dealers.
Traffic.
I would say something.
Okay, now what are we looking at here when we see this stuff here?
So this is Dsp Traffic. These are targets that are around us or encroaching on our flight path. You get a velocity vector of which direction the traffic is going.
That's what the little line is showing us.
Correct. That particular target is 03, so they're 300 feet below us, and they're coming right in front of our flight track. So we've got this dedicated traffic page. You can zoom in and zoom out to see different targets as they are flying around you.
And the other one over here is going slower in that direction? Is that what I'm interpreting?
That's correct.
And it's showing 700 feet above our present location in the little white airplane.
You got it. That's correct. Now
we just had another one pop up here,
yep,
right? Not a factor, so that's why he's a different color?
Yep, he's white. He's no threat. He's 500 feet above us, but he's no factor to our flight.
And is he square for the same reason versus round?
The round is a little bit more significant of a threat.
Okay, so round is and a color as well.
You bet.
Okay,
yep, yellow and shape all indicate important factors there.
Okay, so based on this, and the white airplane now is moving, but we're not seeing it move because the whole track is moving. Is that it? Because now the top one up there is no longer really a factor for us. He's getting out of the way.
Yeah.
So if this continues, he'll turn white. He'll turn white box.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can also see this indication on our moving map display.
All right.
And you can even zoom in tight there. See him here.
Okay, so 3 is 300 feet below us now. Is moving out of the way, not a factor. This one still is, but he's moving as well, and his speed is picked up.
You bet.
Is that a correct interpretation?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, if people are using our 3D vision view, guess what?
Oh, yeah.
Showing up right in front of you there.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get any trend line this time specifically because this is synthetic vision, 3D vision like, but it lets you see.
It's very obvious that there's somebody out there you need to be visually looking for now.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay.
You bet.
Now, is there an audio warning as well going off now or not?
As traffic becomes a threat, there will be an audio alert.
And she'll speak to you then, or somebody will speak to us. Huh?
Yep, traffic.
Okay, so pay attention. There's something on your screen you should be looking at.
You bet. You bet.
That's great.
Any questions?
Now let's look at, so that's ADSB, Automatic Dependent Surveillance Broadcast, kind of a mouthful. Nonetheless, ADSB, we abbreviated, is not only traffic, but it's weather as well.
That's correct.
Can you show us any weather?
Let's take a look.
All right. So now we've switched over to the ADSB weather side of the display, although traffic would display here as well, would it not?
That's correct. Yeah, you're going to get traffic on the display as well as we
You'll
zoom
see
in
both traffic and weather when you've got weather. And we've got some weather here.
Indeed we do. So I've got this kind of representing our position near Olathe, Kansas. And we're fortunate, we're actually right on the airport there is one of the ADSB ground stations. And so we can be on the ground in that case and actually receive the ADSB weather. Most locations, you're going to have to actually be in the air about 1,000 feet or so before you start getting the ADSB weather. And then the ground station network all across the U.S. is still deploying, so some areas just won't have coverage just yet. But it's filling in quite rapidly, and there should be nationwide coverage here in the next couple of years.
Okay.
But when you're within a ground station coverage area, you're actually going to get very good resolution weather information on your display. And this is representative of that. So you see green for light precipitation, yellow for moderate precipitation, even reds for heavy precipitation. You're also going to get METARs. So if I go over here to Topeka, there's actually a little METAR flag. I can touch on the airport, and let's see, there's a SIGMET going on right there. And let's actually go ahead and touch on the airport and pull up the weather information. And here we are. You get all the great information, visibility, wind information, temperature, and then even terminal area forecast if it's available for that particular.
So you're kind of using the graphic just to zero in on the general condition and then go dig down with text to get the detail.
You bet, you bet. So,
but the whole time we were doing that, if you could just return to that previous screen, we were also seeing some traffic flying around too.
You bet. So I zoomed out a little bit further, but if I zoom in close enough where it's prudent there, that traffic information starts showing up.
And we're also seeing other obstacles that all pop up. So it's a lot of information here on the little 796.
Yeah, the 796 is fantastic. It's got great utility, all kinds of capabilities. Anything you can touch on, you can find information about. Oh, there's Garmin.
There's the whole place.
Yep, here's a little private airport, convective segment going on. There's Johnson County Executive Airport with Class D airspace wrapping around it. You can even touch on an obstacle and find out, how far above ground level is that particular obstacle.
Both MSL and AGL. That's great. Okay, I think that probably takes us through most of what we need to see.
There are decisions that we make that can define us, and it's a decision John Freese made a few days ago that he credits with saving his life. This is what's left of John Freese's Cessna 182. And quite remarkable, especially when you look at this damage. Here is John Freese.
It happened faster than you could ever imagine. Within 10 seconds, I went from flying to crashing.
Freese says his Cessna had its annual safety maintenance check when he took off Monday night from the Marshall County Airport near Holly Springs, Mississippi. At around 400 feet, Freese says the plane stalled and he had zero control. Just days before his fateful flight, he had installed an emergency parachute system in the single-engine plane.
I promise you, I cannot tell you why. I instinctively reached down and grabbed the handle and pulled the parachute, and within a second, I hit the ground.
This video is of the parachute system. Freese says he installed it to appease his wife. She's used to flying in a twin-engine plane. Little did he know he'd be using the $25,000 parachute within days.
It went from nose down to horizontal just in time for the impact, so it clearly saved my life, but I was within 1 or 2 seconds of dying. I can't even describe to you what an impact it was, and it just took me a second. I thought maybe I was, that I'd kill myself. I've never been afraid of dying. That sounds odd, but I was not scared. I was shocked at how close I came.
Now, you won't believe this, but Freese says he only has a small cut on his arm and a very sore back, and quite a story to tell.